Ambassador Nabila Makram, I am the former Minister of Immigration and Egyptian Expatriates, and now I am the CEO of the Fahim Foundation, and also I am the Deputy Vice President of the World International Organization for Mental Health.
At the conference of the Supreme Council, the Conference for Mental Health, you spoke about your son who suffers schizophrenia. May I kindly ask you to tell us about your experience?
Let me first say that each one of us has two important dates in his life: his birth date and the day that he will discover why he came to this world. As I said in my speech during the summit or during the conference, that I was appointed as a Minister of Immigration for 7 years at the Egyptian government, taking care of all the Egyptian expatriates. And after the 7th year, I had this accident that my son committed a crime in the United States due to the fact that he is mentally sick. He is a patient of schizophrenia, and he stopped the medication all of a sudden, and this made him or had an impact, negative impact on him, because once you stop the mental health medication, it's a huge setback, and this is why he committed the crime. Thank God that I have all the documentation, the American documentation that proves that Rami is mentally sick, but I decided, me and him, to change these tragedy and to use it so that no mother could have or could experience what I am experiencing right now, and as well none of her kids could face what Rami, my son, faced. This is why we decided that we will not waste our pain, and we will do a foundation for mental health in Egypt, and this is the first association or foundation talking about mental health in Egypt. The problem is that we know nothing about mental health. We know nothing about what they suffer from. And for mothers, for us, it's important that the kid or the son is very good at school, he's obedient, he's calm, but we don't know what he's facing. So Rami left Egypt when he was 17, and he joined the USC University in California. His major was in data science. So he's a clever boy, and he's very calm, no whatsoever any, he's not an aggressive person. But Rami kept his sickness inside of him, and he was seeing psychiatric without my knowledge in the United States. And all of a sudden, I discovered that there is something wrong with Rami. And when I knew that, and when I knew that he is diagnosed by schizophrenia, I knew nothing about schizophrenia. If you watch the movie Beautiful Mind of Russell Crowe, this is the sickness is all about. So I had no clue what to do, who to ask, where to go, how to deal with my son, especially that he is not with me in Egypt. He lives in the States. I cannot tell him or force him to come back. So Rami had to deal with his sickness. And due to the fact that we know nothing, this Fahim Foundation, we created together. He chose the name because Fahim is in Arabic how to make people understand. And Fahim is the family name of Rami. And we managed to help a lot of people. This Fahim Foundation, because of what I did, I was picked as to be the vice president of the International World Federation for Mental Health. I changed, or I did a lot of effort to change the culture, to help people who are suffering in silence, change the ways that we could help them, visiting mental health hospitals, doing some also protocols with the church and the mosque, the Azhar in Egypt, as well as ministries like education and health and social solidarity. So I'm happy that we reached that point. And as I said, it was the purpose that God chose a minister, a former minister, for the job. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done what I did.
Thank you so much for sharing this personal experience with your son. How is he today?
Rami is still in jail, but he and me are keeping our faith in God because we know that Rami is innocent. He's just mentally sick. So we are waiting for the American procedures towards his case. But as much as we did not waste our time and we helped other people's, also I told Rami that we will not waste our time and we will develop ourselves. So I am teaching Rami Arabic because before being a minister I was an ambassador. So Rami was traveling with me all over the world, so his Arabic is not that good. So we had lessons every other day, Arabic lessons, and we chose novels, very hard Egyptian novels that Rami is now practicing his Arabic. We finished the first novel and now we're working with the second. He's following up on the Fahim Foundation. He's giving me ideas to work on. He is even helping me in explaining what is schizophrenia is all about and how is self-esteem is very much needed with the mental health issues.
Your country, Egypt, is sharing a common border with Gaza, and you also mentioned the situation of mental health in Gaza, and I think this is a quite challenging situation right now. Would you like to address this issue?
Of course, Egypt has done a lot with the Palestinian case, and as you know now, with all the conflicts going around the world, this causes mental health issues to the whole world. But with the Fahim Foundation, one of the things that I am proud of, we did a camp for the little kids who we are accommodating in Egypt. Kids who lost their parents, who lost their arms, their legs, and they are all alone. So Egypt accommodated them at the Egyptian hospitals, but nobody spoke with them about their mental health, what they are suffering. They are having a lot of traumas out of this Gaza war. So the Fahim Foundation with other partners, we did the first camp ever dealing with mental health for the kids in Gaza. We did some activities. It looks like fun, but we are integrating some mental health support in these kind of activities for kids. So it helped them a lot. So one of the blessings that I am proud of, that we are not only helping the youth, the kids, the Egyptian one, but also we had other impact on the kids coming from Gaza.
We are guests of the UAE. Do you think that the UAE has the chance to become a mediator or to support the peace efforts of the conflict parties?
Of course, and Emirates has been always like in coalition with Egypt in that regard. And I have to say that in this tough world that we are watching and witnessing, a lot of killing, a lot of disasters, a lot of things that could affect our mental health again. I believe that a conference like that we are attending today at the World International Day, it's today, so we're celebrating that as well. So having this conference in Emirates, it gives a lot of message that we need to take care of our kids, our youth, especially with the social media, the open skies that we are facing, the conflicts around us. It's very important to keep ourselves in good hands, to keep our faith, and of course, to keep our souls.
And as we learned at the conference, the UAE do a lot to create a safe environment, especially for young people, to empower young people, to provide mental health care. Could you share with us some impressions of today, or some knowledge that you may have about the situation in UAE, how they try to improve and achieve mental health?
Well, let me talk about Sheikh Zayed, God bless his soul. Sheikh Zayed was the one and only who dealt with humanity cases, how he inherited all the Emiratis, all the good and best icons about humanity in Emirates. And this is why we are finding the people of Emirates full of his inspiration, and they are walking with his guidance even though he's not here. Parallel to the summit, I had a lot of meetings in a non-profitable organization, and I found it an inspiring testimonial examples that I witness how they deal not only with youth, but only with kids who are disabled, kids who are mentally sick, kids who need some help. And I believe that what I witnessed during those days, parallel to the summit, give me more of ideas how to cope with all the NGOs of Emirates related to mental health and related also to people who are suffering in silence.
Thank you so much for being here, talking to us and sharing your thoughts. And I wish all the best for you and, of course, for your son.
Thank you very much.